Magandang gabi mga katribo. Hello, good evening sa inyo mga katribo, and we're back with another episode of the Athletes Tribune. And again, we would like to thank everyone who's been watching our episodes for the past few weeks, and of course, to everyone who's supporting right now and watching this episode. Please do not forget to tag us on your social media accounts, and of course, you can also share this episode on your social media feeds. My name is Tiki Viola, your host for tonight's episode, and this is going to be really really exciting because I am excited to talk to our guest for tonight, and I'm sure all of you are as well, especially for those of you who were able to witness our Gilas Pilipinas team recently. So I won't keep everyone waiting anymore. We would like to introduce our special guest for tonight. We have Mason Amos. Hi, Mason.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good too. Thank you so much for asking that. So, how's been life in the Philippines so far? Because we were talking about it off cam earlier that you've been here for like more than a month, right? Am I right?
Yeah, about 5, 6 weeks now. So,
So how is it? How's your stay here so far?
it's actually great. A lot of training, really non-stop training every day. So it's just really, really busy. But I'll eventually get used to it because I got to study here later this year.
Yeah, for sure. That's how they do it here in the Philippines. Like the training is really like intense.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm sure you'll get by, of course. But now we would like to talk about your GS debut. So how has been the experience so far?
The debut, it was a great experience to be able to play in front of all the Filipino fans. They're very, very supportive. So being able to suit up in front of them, it's already great as it is. But then to be able to have a good debut like I did, it's more than I asked for. It was a really big accomplishment for me personally. So it was great.
So you were also talking about the fans, right? So seeing that the fans, seeing that crowd cheering you on, how did that factor, or how did that affect your style of playing in the sixth leg?
Well, first of all, I was like really nervous going into the game, but it really gave me an adrenaline push to be able to play in front of so many people, and that gave me the confidence to shoot the shots that I was given, and yeah, I was able to counter for it.
All right. So, well, now let's go back to your or on your first game for Gilas versus Lebanon. So, everyone was just talking about you, how good you are, how perfect you are from the field. So, what got you into the zone during that game?
Really just being a part of something that I've always dreamed of. I was really really focused going into the game as much as I was nervous because I knew it was a very important start for me of my career to be able to play with the seniors at a young age. So
Sure.
um, yeah.
All right. So before we move on to more of to more about Gilas, we would like to ask also if you have any or if you had any pre-game rituals before that match. For sure, you have pre-game rituals, right? So can you share it to us also?
Oh, well, I get in the zone. Listening to music is my main thing. So I'm always just listening to music, get
What do
in
you
the
usually
zone.
listen to?
I listen to rap. I listen to some calm music too. Just old R&B, hip hop from the 2000s.
Ooh,
That's one of
nice.
my things. Yeah. So yeah, just music. Get in the zone. Stretches, warming up in the locker room. Talking with the team. Yeah, it really just gets me in the zone.
All right. So now, of course, with your experience back in Gilas Youth, right? So how did that prepare you for playing in a much senior team? Since, of course, with Gilas Pilipinas, most of them are pros. So how did that uh prepare you?
Well, from that under-18 experience, it prepared me. I knew what to expect in the senior level compared to the under-18s because I've already had a stint with
Yeah.
the under-18s. I knew it was going to be faster. I knew the game would be more physical.
Mm-hmm.
So I really adjusted pretty well, I think, to the game in the seniors because they're a lot faster and more physical.
And how humbling was that feeling also that that the pros trust you, especially during the game. They trust you and feed the ball in place. So how's that feeling playing alongside with seniors or with the pros also?
It was really, really humbling. And it was also a big confidence booster to be able to play with those guys because they're the best of the best in the Philippines. And to be able to suit up with them, there's nothing better than it because you get better as a person and as a player.
So when you got the news that you'll be part of the roster for Windows 6, do you know any of your teammates already? Have you played with any of them, or like you've trained with any of them before? Do you have any friends na during on the Gilas Pilipinas team way before you played with them?
So actually, all of them was my first time ever playing with them and
Oh,
training with them.
so how's that feeling? Like a rookie feels, right? So how is it?
Well, it was actually easy to fit in because they made me feel welcome. Even though I was a rookie, they treated me as one of their own, and I think that really helped the transition moving into a team with really good players, but also very welcoming players.
So who do you think is like your closest, after your trainings? For sure you have created that bond with the whole team, right? So who do you think is like your closest in the team?
It was probably Kiefer Ravena.
Yeah. Mhm. All right. Okay. So thank you so much for that, Mason. But we'll be having more questions for you in just a short while. But for now, we'll be having a quick break. So to all of our viewers here in the Athletes Tribune, magbabalik po kami.
Iba ng panahon, dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ano bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga partners, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
Magandang gabi mga katribo. And nandito pa rin kayo sa latest episode ng ating The Athletes Tribune. I am your host, Nikki Viola. And of course, we're still here with our very special guest for tonight. Tonight, we have Mason Amos. So Mason, welcome again to our show. So let's now move forward with our episode. So of course you'll also be entering on your first year in the Ateneo Blue Eagles, for the UAAP. So how pumped are you to help out the team to defend the title next year?
I'm actually really excited to be a part of the Ateneo Blue Eagles team. I'm very excited to play in front of the community because they're very welcoming as well. I love Ateneo. I went here in high school for about like a
Yes.
year. So it's really humbling to be back here, and I'm grateful to be a part of the school.
So how familiar are you with Coach Tab and the whole team?
I actually met Coach Tab when I was here, when I was like 4 years ago. So
Okay.
I met Coach
In
Tab
high
here,
school.
and yeah, in high school, yeah.
Okay.
He was really nice to me when I first met him. He kind of started his recruiting ways back then.
Okay.
So we already had a plan in place for me to come back in college.
All right. So, also, of course, you and your Gilas teammate, Kevin Kiambao, in the UAP, you will be on opposite sides because of, for sure you've heard of it, the Ateneo LaSalle rivalry. So,
Yeah.
how excited are you getting into your first UAAP season and, with that moment? Because Ateneo LaSalle has always been big here in the collegiate basketball here in the Philippines. So, how are you excited that you'll be experiencing that?
Oh well, I know there's a competitive side to basketball, but like off the court, I'm good friends with all my teammates and stuff, no matter what school they go to. But when it's on the court, obviously there's a rivalry, and I gotta kind of join into that because it's a school rivalry, and
Yes.
whatever school I'm playing for, I really gotta fight for the school, and so whatever it takes, I'm just gonna have to fight for it.
All right. So can you tell us more about your training right now with Ateneo Blue Eagles? How is it, and how much of your game also has changed after practicing under Coach Tab?
Well, obviously, immediately after starting to train with Ateneo, I've noticed I've gotten a lot faster and stronger. My body's getting stronger as well because we're in the gym every day. We're training for 4 or 5 hours, and it's daily. So, and then we play games on the weekend, like just tune-ups and stuff. So it's really improving me as a basketball player. And also, Coach Tab is he improves you as a person, like with your studies, he gets you on top of it. He's really a good discipliner as well for the team, and I feel like that's why Ateneo is really really successful with their students and as players.
Okay, but can we have a little throwback with, let's say, your first day of training at the Ateneo? So how is it? Can you tell us? Can you share us that? How was like your first day with them?
The first training was actually really really difficult. I wasn't prepped for the amount of work we'll be doing in the first couple of trainings because it's off season, so there's a lot of running and stuff that is involved. But over time, as I got fitter, it got a lot easier.
All right. So, well, also aside from UAP, of course, here in the Philippines we have a lot of leagues, and one of that is NBTC, if you've heard of it as well. And that league will be having an Australian team playing next week. So, you have if you think if you have time, you'll be able to, or any chance you'll drop by and support some of our Filipino Aussie players playing there as well.
Well, yeah, if I ever have time, I would because also one of my teammates is actually playing in that Christian Michael Porter. So I might come down to support, and also the Australian Filipinos. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with too many of them, but even just being there just to support Filipino basketball as well.
All right. Okay. So, thank you so much, Mason. So, we'll be continuing more of our interview after this short break. So, sa ating mga viewers dyan, wag po kayong aalis.
With Globe, our steps can lead us to millions of doors opening, millions of paths unfolding, and millions of reasons to keep going. Now's the time to be with a network that gets better every day for you.
Fiber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
Magandang gabi mga katribo. At andito pa rin tayo sa latest episode in the Athletes Tribune with our special guest for tonight, Mason Amos of Gilas Pilipinas and Ateneo Blue Eagles. So, Mason, who are you excited to play against in the UAAP?
I know this is going to be a bit controversial, but my
Okay.
best friend, Francis Lopez.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
So
We'll see,
yeah, I know it's going to be a bit controversial when it happens, but yeah, we're friends off the court and we compete. So
And we're looking forward to that also. We're excited to see that game. All right. And also, what can Ateneo fans expect from you in the upcoming season of the UAAP?
they can expect that I'll give it my all for the school, and I ask just for their support and their trust in our team and what we can do for the school and hopefully win a championship.
All right. And also, of course, this year is Philippines will also be hosting the FIBA World Basketball Cup. So, if ever given like an opportunity to be able to play again for the Gilas Pilipinas, would you accept it, or you're planning to focus on UAAP?
Well, it really depends. The timing of it's pretty close, so
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
it would be really difficult to kind of go with both because we got preseason as well before UAAP. Like my main focus is definitely the UAAP because it's my first year. I really got to focus on it. But if Gilas does come through with it, I'm more than happy to represent my country.
All right. So, Mason, thank you so much for gracing this episode. I'm sure you're busy with your training with the Ateneo Blue Eagles and with everything because of course you're just here in the Philippines and I'm sure you're still adjusting. But do you have any message to all of our Filipino basketball fans who's been watching and been supporting you, especially during the Gilas Pilipinas game?
I thank you guys. You guys are very supportive. I can't thank you guys enough. I love playing for the country. I love playing for you guys, and I'm hoping to continue in the future.
All right. Thank you so much once again for being here on the latest episode of the Athletes Tribune. And we'll look forward to your UAAP debut. And again, Mason Amos, thank you so much for guesting here on the Athletes Tribune. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
And to everyone who's watching, naku, maraming salamat sa pagsuporta ng ating latest episode. Again, do not to forget to follow us on our social media accounts. This has been Nikki Viola, and I'll see you all again next week. Bye! Magandang gabi mga katribo!